Welcome to the Catholic Life Coach Podcast. My name is Carla Fitz. I am a certified life coach, wife, and mom of two beautiful little girls. My hope for this podcast is to offer support and empower other Catholic women to live their most authentic life, to share life coaching tools from a Catholic perspective in order to help you live a more fulfilling life filled with peace, joy, and abundance. Let's get started. Hello, you guys, and welcome on this Good Friday. I hope you are having an amazing day. I hope that you guys have been enjoying your Lenten season and that it has been fruitful and enjoyable and transformational for you guys. It definitely has been a very different Lent for me, and I have struggled and enjoyed every minute of it. This Lenten season for me has been very focused on the word surrender. The word surrender, it's been a difficult word for me for years. It always has been. And this past year of 2023, that was my word. It was to surrender. I wish I could tell you I figured out exactly how to surrender to God, and that is not the case. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I do not have a formula on how to surrender to God. But I can definitely share that this Lenten season for me has been all about surrendering. As you all know, probably, this Lenten season started for me with knowing that I was about 6 weeks pregnant. And I was blessed. I was so excited. I was so thankful. I am. And with it all came a lot of sicknesses. And now, today, I'm sitting here recording this podcast with another sickness, because that just seems to be the pattern right now. And I've realized that all the things that I thought surrender meant last year, this year has been taken to another level. In good ways, for the record, because it's not like I have been going through traumatic things. It's just been difficult things. And of course, God is so good at teaching us and challenging us and giving us opportunities to grow in the areas in which we need to grow. I have always loved the insight or the saying that when we pray for patience, God gives us opportunities to be patient. He doesn't just magically give us patience, but the way to teach us patience is actually giving us opportunities to learn, to grow in that virtue, to have the opportunities in which we need that grace. For me, I remember for so many years praying to be patient, to be more calm, to be less hurried. And I truly believe that is why I have children. My girls teach me so much. Every single day is a get up, try again day, because it's not perfect. And I think it's important for us to understand that it's not meant to be. Like I said, for so many years, I prayed to be more patient. And so I got my first daughter, and I had to learn to be more patient with her. And then we got our second daughter, and she was a completely different child than my first. And I had to learn a whole new different way to be patient with my second. And then we decided to homeschool. And that has brought a whole new different patience for me. And then God put in my heart to do this business of life coaching. And that has brought a whole new level of patience for me. I don't think we ever arrive. I don't think we ever just accomplish a virtue and just we're done. We never fall again. Because of course, in every single opportunity with my children, I'm being challenged in a new way, and therefore I grow in patience, right? And I'm thankful for that. I'm so thankful for those opportunities, because that means that God is preparing us in every single season. If you think about it, this is why for me, I'm so thankful that I had one child at a time. Because with my first, I learned the first few steps of being a mom. I learned the first few steps of being patient. And when my second came, Yes, it was difficult. It was new. It was a whole different game. But because God had been preparing me, I was more ready than I would have been if He didn't. And I think that's the same with surrendering. Last year, I had to surrender some dreams. And I thought I was better. I was like, oh, I'm figuring this surrendering thing. I know how to say, okay, God, you take care of it. But I remember last year, my biggest takeaway about surrendering was that I also needed to take action. And this past weekend, when I was listening to the homily from Father Mike, he was talking about how we need the 3 A's. The first A is to acknowledge, to realize that this is where God is putting us. The second is to accept that this is the circumstance that God is giving us in this particular moment. And the third is to act. Last year, I was so focused on letting God go, letting God show me the way. But I didn't realize then that you also need trust, that you need to surrender and say, yes, Lord, I give it all back to you, and I trust you. And because I trust you, I am willing to take the next action. I am willing to take the next step. Even if we don't feel fully ready or fully sure that this is what we need to do, if God is leading us a certain way, we need to be willing to act. This year, surrender took a different turn for me. I was no longer surrendering a dream. This year, I was surrendering my body, my mind, my time, my dreams. And it was not easy. And it has been life-changing because I've realized that when I'm able to just trust, things move even when I don't. I am willing to take the actions when it's necessary, but I'm also willing to rest when it's necessary. I feel like I don't fully know still what surrendering means, but I can tell you that to me, surrendering looks like acknowledging where I am at, accepting it. And with that, it means that I let go of expectations, the expectations that I had prior to this circumstance happening. I let go of what I thought it would look like. To me, accepting it also means saying, okay, God, this isn't easy, but I can do this with you. Carry this cross with me. Surrender means to want His will, to trust Him in our circumstances. Surrender also means to learn to manage our minds as we are going through the circumstances. Surrender means spending extra time with God, because without Him we cannot do it. Surrender means to not judge ourselves, because we are not doing what we thought we would be doing. Surrender means to have love for ourselves, those around us, and for God. Surrender means trusting that all of this is happening for a much bigger reason than we can possibly imagine. I am sure that you can feel the tone of my voice being extra calm. Some episodes are calm, some not so much. But I'm sure you can feel the low and slowness of my voice. And the reason for that is that I'm almost out of my voice. And so I wanted to make sure that I had enough for the podcast. But it also means that I'm tired. It also means that right now I'm in the season in which I am leaving Lent strongly. In my mind, I fully cannot comprehend how God was able to step on that cross and die for all of us. Because my surrender is so small compared to the kind of surrender He had to have in order to save each one of us. And that is the reason why I do what I do. That is why I love what I do. Because each one of us has crosses. Each one of us has something hard that we're going through. Each one of us has limitations. Each one of us has limiting beliefs that do not allow us to dream big. that do not allow us to live our life in a way that brings joy to our life. Each one of us has a struggle that we need to overcome. And God helps us to carry that cross. But I think that is also the reason why I've been put in this world, is to help you all also carry your cross. Sometimes it can be heavy, especially when we try to do it on our own. But I want you all to know that I am here for you, that I have such great love for all of you, that I pray for all of you, that I'm so grateful for all of you. We all need so much love and support in this world. And I hope that I can be a hope for you as well. You all know that I love being joyful. And right now, in this Good Friday, I can't help to think of the love that God had for all of us. I can't help to think of his suffering. I can't help to think of his insane amount of surrender to the will of the Father. Imagine how difficult it must have been for Jesus to endure everything that he endured, but yet have such unshakable trust that everything that he was going through happened for a reason. So as you go through your life, and as you go through this Easter season, surrender your sufferings, knowing that they are happening for a good reason. Surrender your life, knowing that God's plan for you is much bigger than you can possibly imagine. Surrender your time, knowing that God can use it in an even better way. Surrender your heart and your desires, knowing that he will take care of them. Knowing that everything that we do, regardless of how big or small, is used for his glory. That everything that we do in our life and every sacrifice is not pointless. It has a purpose. Everything that we go through happens for good reason. We might never find out what it is. Perhaps we find out when we get to heaven. But for right now, know that your surrender, your trust in God is worth it. Know that that is where you find true freedom. I want you all to know that I'm offering lots of prayers for all of you. I want you all to have an amazing Easter season. Celebrate Easter in the resurrection of our Lord in a big way. Pray lots, be with him, spend some time in holy hour, go to Mass, enjoy it. This is a season of joy. And it all started with God's great surrender, sacrifice, and trust for us. I love you all. Have an amazing rest of your week. And until next time, God bless. If you are ready to dive deeper into life coaching from a Catholic perspective, then make sure you schedule a free consultation. The link will be in the description. This is an opportunity for you to work with someone who will empower you and support you in all of your endeavors. This is a journey, and being together and working with someone who believes in you is life-changing. So if you're interested in growing and creating faith-driven success, make sure to reserve a time to chat with me. Until next time, God bless.